Welcome back, and in the change to the advertised programming, I'm not working on Austin. I did go up there 2 weekends ago, I think it was now. I spent some time cleaning the two cars up there and putting the covers on, but it was too bloody cold to be working on the car. And also I had an issue whereby the 16 valve track mini is right in front of Austin, and the gap between the bonnet of Austin and the door of the Red Hot is only about 100mm, so not really enough room to start working on it, unfortunately. So I'll have to try and think about somehow moving the cars in the storage unit to give me room to work, or alternatively they'll have to all come back here. Austin will have to come back here so I can work on it. But I have been doing some work on Bumblebee, and I'll run you through what I've been doing. Okay, so the first parts of the charge cooling system have arrived, and the first part that came is this, which is the charge cooler unit itself. It's the barrel style they call it, and by charge cooling I'm talking about water to air intercooling as opposed to air to air intercooling. The plan is to fit that all in the engine bay somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Here's a quick picture of the intercooler, as I'm going to call it, sitting in the engine bay, roughly where it's going to go. And then the plan after that is I've ordered a heat exchanger which is going to sit in here somewhere, very small. And by heat exchanger, imagine the heater unit, the radiator unit out of a heater in a normal everyday car. That's what they call a heat exchanger, and that's going to sit in there. I've also ordered a header tank which is going to sit at the back edge of the engine bay over there. It's a rectangular style, not rectangular, a horizontal style as they call it, similar to that. Imagine that sitting at the back of the engine bay. There's a water pump on its way as well. I'm not entirely sure where that's going to go until it comes and I can see how big it is. And the idea is to squeeze all that in there somehow. But it'll be a few weeks before all the parts arrive, so I'm just going to gradually accumulate parts, order what I think I need, and then just start fabrication, because there's going to be a lot of brackets to make, to mount stuff and stuff to move as well. My fuel lines at the back will all have to be moved, breather pipes. I might have to move the catch tank yet. The actual charge cooler intercooler itself might need modifying as well, but I don't really know yet. But it's just a case of suck it and see. As the parts come, start to fit them up, and then do it all in one big conversion over the course of a couple of weeks. Obviously there'll be, I imagine, well there will be some alloy fabrication that I can't do, so I can't TIG weld, don't have a TIG welder. I've looked into MIG welding alloy, and it sounds like it's more of a pain than just taking the parts to Jonathan and getting them TIGged up there once I've got the designs all mocked up. But in the interim I've been working on the wiring inside Bumblebee here. In a previous video I said about the two switches that used to be at either end being redundant now because of the way I've rewired the engine bay with the different relays. Rather than having two individual relays for the spotlights, I just have one now. So what I've done is I've traced out the wiring, and what's going to happen is that this one here is going to be purely to turn the spots on and off, so they're independent of main beam, they're not always going to be on. I traced the wiring back, as I said, and then what I had was two lines, two earths going to the multiple relays I used to have at the front of the car. So one of those is now redundant. So what I'm going to use it for is the new flasher switch, which is that one there you can see. I'll put a link in the description below. You now get those for a sensible price, for about 30 quid from the Mk1 forum. Previously I've looked for them on eBay and they've been about 80-90 quid, which I wasn't prepared to pay for a simple switch. So I got a couple off Mark, one for this car, one for Austin, and I've taken the switch out of that side that was redundant now, and I've fitted that. So what I'm on doing now is sorting out the wiring. Obviously that one's quite simple. It's just a toggle earth for the relay, so there's no live wires, it's just an earth that's toggled on or off for the relay. Now that one over there, what I'm going to do is I'm taking a power feed off the lighting switch, then it goes to that toggle switch there, and then from that toggle switch it goes down that old earth wire, which is this one here, to the front of the car, to the relay that triggers the main beam. So the idea is there's two triggers for the main beam now. There's the proper stalk switch that I modified in the previous video, and there's that what do you call it, a momentary switch. So it's like just a flash. It's not on or off, it's just as long as you keep your finger pressed on it, it's working. So I'm on wiring that now, and we'll see how we come on. But what I'm doing is I don't think I can get the camera into the back of there. Yeah, you can see what a nightmare it is up in the back of there for all the wires. That one, that's the ignition, I think. I can't really tell what I'm pointing at. That's maybe the lighting switch. The lighting switch is about here somewhere, and there's a brown wire comes to that one, which is permanently live. So I'm just looping from that one round to the flash switch, and then this wire dangling here, that is the one that goes to the P light there. Now the issue with that P light was that it did some weird stuff, because I didn't have it wired in correctly. I had it wired off the lighting switch rather than the dash lighting circuit, and when you put a dip on, it went off. So I'm rewiring that as well and connect it into the normal dash lighting circuit, so when you put side lights on, that'll come on and illuminate these switches here. Okay, so the wiring's finished. It's not all fastened back into place yet, just time for some testing now. So side lights, yeah, you can see them working on the garage door, and then dipped, and that works by that coming down. You can see the lights outside, so that's dipped, and then main beam as before, that works. You can see all the blue lights come on, and flash is just that, and you can see it's working on the main beam, and you can see it's working outside. So that works really well. And that should work with the lights totally off as well. So that's the lights totally off, and there you go, job done. Just got to put the heater back, make sure all the wiring's tidied up and nothing's going to catch anywhere. Oh, and I've still got to do that one there, which is the dash lighting for the P light, and just tie it into that wiring there. Just rewire it slightly and put it back onto the toggle switch, and job's a good one. Right, that's it, job done. Just got a bit of tidying up to do, and then I'm going to go in for a brew because it's tea time, and it's quite cold out here, so I might just stop in after that. So as per normal, if you like these videos, comment away any questions you got about the wiring or where I've got the bits and pieces. If I remember, I'll put a link below to the flasher switch, and yeah, subscribe, like, all that sort of crap. You don't have to, but it's entirely optional. So that's it, and I'll see you on the next one.